Hi guys, it's Trinity Stockerbrand. Welcome back to Farm to Foundation. Happy Friday! I hope you guys had an amazing week, and I'm so glad that you're joining me today. So what we talked about last week is how it all began, and this week we're going to talk about where we are now. We'll be talking about what's next, what's current, what are the upcoming projects, all that stuff. So first I'm going to start out with the current phase that we're in. So where we are now currently is we are waiting to put the HVAC system in, the HVAC system. For those of you who are about to look that up, don't worry, I'd look it up too. It stands for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. It helps regulate the indoor temperature. For our build, we're going to do mini splits for the bedrooms. And then we'll help heat the floor with the radiant floor heating that we've put in. So for that process of the build, we will have some help from somebody that we know, and his expertise is going to really aid us on all of our heating and cooling, which will definitely help because I don't want to freeze and I don't want to die of heat. We also currently are trying to prep for the porch or the lean-to that will go on the side of our building, the north side. So right now, currently, we are digging a bunch because once we put the concrete slab for the porch, no more digging. One of the things that we dug for actually this past weekend is a pipe for the wood burner to go to the new house and to their current house. So they have two houses that this wood burner is heating. There also will be a propane line for any propane heating that they need. We are also going to have an outside shower that'll go along with the pool, so that is really, really fun and exciting. But we need to plumb for that underground as well, so all the plumbing for the outside shower needs to be done before we pour the concrete there as well. Also on this porch, we are thinking about doing a gas fireplace, so digging the gas lines for that will need to be done beforehand as well. That is why it's really important to plan out everything and to make sure you have everything done before you move on to the next step, because it's so important that we do all this prep work before pouring concrete, because then we wouldn't be able to access it without tearing up the concrete. Once all that is finished, then we will frame and pour concrete for the porch. We also just finished insulating the top floor ceiling, and we will begin insulating the walls pretty soon. Also, currently we have 98% of the electrical work done, and that was a big part of the project. We ran a lot of wires by ourselves, and we've used at least 2,000 feet of wire. Guys, it's a lot of wire. We also finally put the last window in and all the tie back up. We will put the rest of the siding on once we finish putting the porch off of the house on. So we're waiting on that. But we have the tie back up and we are getting ready for the porch. Another thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about was that Jesse and I aren't full-time living in Kansas right now. So a lot of the progress may seem slow, and that's because we aren't there full-time working on it. Jesse is in school full-time. So any weekend that we are free, we are making the drive back to Kansas to work on the house. So we are super proud of all the progress we made, and we are so thankful that you guys are on this slow journey with us, but it is getting there. For having to build this building all by ourselves, I think that we're doing pretty great. We started this about 1.5 years ago, so just thinking about where we started versus where we are now, I am so impressed with all the progress. So I just talked about the things that we are currently working on, but some things, big things coming up are going to be actually, installing the HVAC system and making sure that that is all working, and we are going to spray foam insulate the walls like the house. We'll have to do the duct work for the HVAC system, so that'll be really fun. We will also have to start running all the water lines in the house, so anything that goes to a sink or a toilet, all that will need to be there, or like the kitchen, the dishwasher. So anything that uses water will have to run those lines shortly. Moving forward, we have Thanksgiving break in about a week, so we'll get to make some really good progress while we're off of school for a week. And then we'll have Christmas break, which is about 3 or 4 weeks. which will get a lot of headway there too. So progress will be coming, so make sure you stay tuned in for that. Now, in the very, very long run, we have a couple projects that we're working on. Currently, we have a side project of tearing down a bunch of trees so that we can build a pond. We have an excavator, so we're going to use that to help dig a lot of stuff out. Luckily, the land that we're working on already has this natural drop-off, so that'll help build up the pond. But we've been taking out a bunch of trees. If you've seen our videos, we've been just taking out like the woods area so that we can make a pond. And we'll use this to water possibly some goats in the future. We don't have goats yet. Jesse likes to say it's for recreational purposes, so swimming and having a dock and fishing, and it's right by the house, so that'll be really, really fun. So that's a project we're also working on the side right now, and he's wanting to use rainwater from off the new building to help fill up this pond. Something that we will start right after the house is done, because we will keep moving forward, is we're going to build a pool ourselves as well. So that's in the plans. That has been in the plans since we've started, but obviously we can't work on it until the house is done. So like I said earlier, we started this journey a year and a half ago. We've been doing YouTube videos since then, and we started like really trying on social media this summer. So it has been so fun to see how this channel has grown, and I'm so thankful that you guys have been with us this whole way. It is so awesome to see our followers grow and to see who's been with us since the beginning. We appreciate all of you, so thank you so much for following along. If you're not following our social media already, you definitely should. We have Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. We're on all those platforms, and of course, this podcast is on Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. So this is just a really great way to connect with us. Feel free to comment just anything, how you feel, how you would love this podcast to improve. I am learning, so I would love critiques and just be nice. Farm fact or fiction? Bees are responsible for pollinating 1/3 of the food that we eat. That one is fact. Bees pollinate much more than just flowers. They help with fruits, vegetables, nuts. Without bees, our grocery stores would be pretty much empty, and our diets would be lacking a lot of the stuff and nutrients that we need. So bees are really important. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me with this episode today. We may not be working on this construction project full time, but every time we go there for a weekend or a break, we are one step closer. So thank you for being on this journey with us. Next week's episode, I'm answering your guys' questions. So if you have any questions, please comment down below what they are, and I'll be answering each and every one of the questions. Thank you everybody for joining me. I hope you had an amazing week, and I'll see you guys next time.